This week, everybody decides to go 3 wide in Race A. Race B, I get the scare of my life into the S's. And Race C, once again, it's 3 wide into turn 1. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Gran Turismo weekly race guide here in 2022. It's week 28 and Race A, your eyes are not deceiving you. Yes, we are racing Group 3 at Catalunya, which is a very unusual combo. And I like it. I like this a lot. Let's have a look at those race details first of all. We're racing 6 laps here at Catalunya. It's a rolling start, racing hard tyres, which I'm a bit disappointed in. Tyres on fuel and tyre wear. Pop is on, it is fixed. It's just pick your favourite Group 3 car and go out and have a race, which is good. This is really good because there's no DR or SR implications, so you can literally pick your favourite car, go and enjoy it at Catalunya and see if you can get a race out of it. It might be useful actually for you to get an idea of how well it does versus other cars. You can try out other cars, things like that. That's why I'm a big fan. I wish it was racing medium tyres though, not hard, because I think that would allow the racing to be a little bit closer and allow you to really get an idea of your favourite cars in Group 3. There are timestamps in the background if you want to check them out. Race A, B and C, all interesting this week. Without further ado though, let's jump to this race then. Let's have a look exactly what happens in this beautiful race. Here we are then at the start. No, the BMW M6 GT3 Endurance model is not my favourite car, even though I said pick your favourite car. This was top of the leaderboard, so obviously I picked that car. And I've never tried it before, and as there's no DR or SR implications, nice time to try a new car, isn't it? It's a very much totally light car. It understeers for days. Oh my word, does this thing understeer. However, we kick off with the race then, slightly P9. It'd be nice if there were more cars in this one, to be honest, but we know Race A is normally short on cars, in terms of the number that is. So through the right-hander we go, then in to the left, and not too shabby in the grand scheme. But coming into this right then, Khalid gets on the inside of the Beetle, who goes off there, and oh, the Beetle comes back on. I have to lift slightly, but I get on the inside of GR86 to head towards this right-hander then. The right-hander, I overtook Lightning around the outside on twice. Sorry, Lightning. Every time, I know. I apologise. Actually, no, I don't apologise. I think it's a big bonus in terms of my ego there. It is, isn't it? If I had an ego. Anyway, through the right-hander, in towards the chicane then, and we have a lot of cars up ahead, a lot of mixture as well. We've got a McLaren F1 in there, we've got the Porsche, we've got the BRZ, a Supra, and I've no idea what is at the front of that. I can't actually see. As we go through this right-hander then, and we're going to have a bit of a run on the Porsche then. Let's see what we can do. Now, you absolutely rev the nuts out of this M6 as you go to the left-hand side here, keeping that slipstream. Look at this racing action. This is good racing action. This is the kind of racing I am after in this game. In towards the braking zone we go. That's an M3! What? So we do have everything in this race. This is good. I like a mixture of GT3 cars that we've got right here, or Group 3 cars, as we say. So Khalid actually benefits massively there. Goes around the outside of me, and Sterling gets 2 positions. I see Inferno Fox and the BMW up ahead having a bit of a fight. Now Khalid on the inside of Sterling, then in towards this right-hander. Sterling said hello in the lobby as well, so hello to you. Inferno Fox, of course. Parts of TCR. If you want to join TCR, check out the description. We are clean, we are fair, we are respectful. It is awesome. In towards this left. We're trustworthy as well. That's the T. In towards the left we go. Getting the inside of this Super then as we leave that corner. A bit of contact there up ahead with a mixture of cars. Khalid making moves here. What's that? P9, P8, up to P4 now in one lap. Inferno Fox goes deep there. Eleanor gets it all wrong in that BMW. We've got, who's out on the right side? The Supra. Sterling gets 2 positions then through there. That is very well done, that. And we're on the outside of Inferno Fox. And we get the job done. So we're up into the cursed position, of course. P6, if you don't know. In fact, that's my average iRacing finish as well, apparently. So I really do have the curse. So in towards this left. Let's see what we can do then. So leaving this corner. Get a lot of wheel spin in the BMW, so do be careful if you do use that car. I imagine a lot of cars will get wheel spin there. Racing hard tyres, not the grippiest things in the world as we get very close to Sterling once again as we leave that corner. A little bit of oversteer there in towards this right-hander. Flip the curb there, get over to the right side quick as possible, drop to second gear, make sure you don't hit the first sausage and try and cut that second sausage if you can, otherwise avoid it like I did as we leave that corner. So obviously we're going to have slipstream on the street. Oh, Drifto from Sterling as we leave that corner. And we're going to have slipstream, of course, and let's see what we can do. That Super very quick in a straight line. We know that from the manufacturer series. We've seen how fast it was at Daytona. We just revved the nuts out of the BMW there, and as we change gear, we start to lose out a little bit here, but in towards the braking zone we go. Dropping down to 3rd gear, which is the gear of choice for this car for turn 1. And through we go up into P5 then. Not too shabby at all. Now, we advance further on here, where we're now, well, P5? We should be, I don't know what happened. We missed a spin somewhere, I suspect. So we continue on out of there. Then we're up against Khaled. What can we do here then around the outside? If I can find a spin, I'll put it in the bloopers at the end. We all love the bloopers, apparently. So Khaled defending very nicely here. In towards this left-hander we go. And Khaled keeping that position. Try a little bit of cutback if we can. Not going to quite work here. Oh, actually, no, it is. Khaled just bogs down a little bit there on exit. Down the inside we go then. Up into P3. A podium spot already. Happy days. Look at this. Now, can we catch up to the lead battle on the final lap? Here we go then. 1 second to catch up. Heading towards turn 1. It's a lap guide as well. As you head here, on the right side, there's a building. As that building leaves your screen on the right-hand side, that is your brake marker. I had a question about brake markers. Do you use them? Do you go past them, before them? It's your choice. They're a marker. They're your reference points. You use these as reference points. So throughout a race, the race may change. You may get less grip. You may have to brake differently. And that is what you need to use basically as a marker and go, okay, I need to brake after it now or before it. Now, through this right-hander, you're balancing the car initially until that orange barrier there gets to the center of your screen. When it gets to the center of your screen, you can accelerate. And normally you can make the corner then. As you see here, I got a little bit of a wiggle there, so I had to back out of it a little bit. However, I accelerated before it was in the center. If it's in the center, you will make it. And towards this right-hander then, you've got the gantry there. I realize some people don't understand the term gantry. That at the top there, that is your brake marker. You're braking before this normally in order to make the corner, but you can do this corner in a number of ways. I like to keep it tight, get round the corner as quick as possible, and then stretch it out towards the left-hand side. Get over to the right side quickly, and on the right side, you've got the building there. I believe they're toilets, actually. But again, that building is very useful in many games, not just Gran Turismo. That is your reference marker for this left-hander. So as the corner of that building hits the edge of your screen, brake, turn in. Now, it's a later apex usually. You want to sort of get it spun round and then squirt out of there as we then head out. Squirt. Why as we talk about toilets? What are the chances? Anyway, it's towards this left. Very tricky left-hander. Don't go too wide here. It's very easy to clip the grass and spin. We saw Jomas do that in a previous video. But that curb, your reference point here. Brake early. Try and clip the inside. Don't cut it too much as we get a little bit of twitch there. Accelerate through the corner. Don't cut that too much. You will get a penalty. So head up to this right-hander then. End of the curb here is your reference point. Some cars you don't have to brake. You can just lift. This car, because it understeers so much, I'm going to have to dab the brake a little bit here. And you do want to clip the curb on the inside. If you can clip the curb, you will rotate more. You see, Khaled gets a brilliant run through there. Don't run too wide there. You will get a penalty. As we see, the leader gets the penalty here as we look to catch up to them. And now on the right side, we have that flag marker. Believe it or not, that black flag marker, it disappears. But the pole is still there in time trial. So you can still use that reference point. So you use that as your brake marker here, and you're going to brake, and you're going to drop down to first gear. You want to get it turned as best as you can. You might want to short shift on exit in a lot of cars here. Because of that wheel spin, you want to short shift again before you clip that corner there, because you will get a car unsettling when you get higher in the revs. Through this right-hander then, that sausage curve there, good accelerating marker. It goes on for so long, this corner. You want a reference point to accelerate from. That is it right there. As that leaves your screen, you can really start to accelerate, and you see we make the corner. Now, the tyres intersecting with the red and white curb, that is your next brake marker for this right-hander. You brake just before that in reality because you're on the racing hard tyres, and then look to clip the curb, not the sausage, as you go through here. Get over to the right as quick as possible. The gantry there is also your reference point here. You want to brake just before the gantry here. Second gear in the BMW. If you use first gear, you're going to spin, and you probably spin in the middle of the chicane here. So second gear, because you're going to accelerate a little bit. Try and cut the sausage as so, and then accelerate through the corner. You may have to lift on this last corner or short shift. I lift a little bit this time. You can short shift as well, and we continue on through. Now, Romain wins that. Congratulations to Romain. Brilliant race there. We had a brilliant race. Try out your favorite Group 3 car here. This is your opportunity to drive your favorite cars. They're available to you. You can just rent a car. Rent whichever one you like. You might go buy some of them as well. That's it for race A then. Let's have a look at race B. Welcome then to Dragontrail Seaside, which means only one thing, folks. The death chicane, or the chicane of death, is actually back. Now, do we have any victims this week? We'll have to wait and find out. Let's have a look at those race details first of all. Racing 5 laps here at Dragontrail Seaside. It's a rolling start, which is a really bad one as well. It's awful. It really is awful. Racing hard tyres again. Can we please get rid of them? Tyres 1 fuel and tyre wear. And it's Group 4. And it's BOP. And it's fixed. So it's all-wheel drive taking the crown here, especially on racing hard tyres, because, like, literally just grips for days where other cars don't. But it is what it is. It's what we've got to run with. Now, because I've not really used the GTR that much, I decided to go with the GTR, even though there was a Lamborghini in the pole position, which was a surprise to me. Not that I'd want to use the Lamborghini in the race, though, with it being mid-engined in terms of the car. And it said all-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive then. It's not, it's all-wheel drive, the Lamborghini. It uses the Audi system, doesn't it? I believe, maybe? Maybe you can tell me that. Anyway, that's it for me rambling on. Let's jump to this race then. Let's have a look if there are any victims at the chicane of death. Here we are then at the start. So make sure a few FF cars, actually. I'm going to say a few FF cars. I was surprised at that. As I say, I chose a GTR. We've got the Alpha behind us there. Probably not the car I'd pick here. It's a fast circuit, so you don't want downforce here. You want speed, and speed is power, and power is all-wheel drive and front-wheel drive, apparently. So through the right hand we go. I'd say awful start, and Stay gets an even worse one there. Understeering straight to the realms of Narnia. So we gain a position even before the start-finish line, which, believe it or not, literally was 15 seconds before we even started the race. Anyway, here we go with actual racing. So we've got Mac 72, we've got Aloha there as we then head into the left. I was not expecting Mac to brake that much. It actually scared the living daylights out of me. But I'll talk about a lap guide later on. I know I've done the lap guide here a billion times, but it's always a nice reminder to know where to brake, how to brake, and all that good stuff. Not that I'm the best in the world, but hey, I can help. I can help. Heading up towards the hairpin then. What can we do versus Mac? We are too far back for a lunge, although looking at the braking, maybe I could have actually gone for that. I'm not too sure. In towards the right we go and continue on out. So here we go, the chicane of death. How many victims are we going to have today? First up, let's see. So through the right we go. We cut that a bit too much. In towards the left as well. And we're going to... Oh! I was not expecting the braking through there. But we have one victim there. Pona or Porna, one of the two. I don't know, maybe that's their other profession. Anyway, heading towards the last corner then. Down the inside of the GTR. They left a GTR space. We'll take that GTR space as we get it stopped there. Through we go and up into P11. So one victim so far that we have seen as we then go in towards this right. Oh, my word. Was that somebody spinning up ahead? I was just saw. Yes, it was. It's Otti there, clipping the gravel on the left. Saving it, though. Fair play to Otti for saving us as we continue on out of there. Now we've got GT Ginger Jason. What a colour Ginger is. And oh, I was not expecting the break in there. Neither was Otti behind. Absolutely rear ends me. But again, you don't really break that much there. And then I don't think Aloha Mahalo. I didn't realise I was there as well. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that name. Except Aloha, which I love. As we head on down. Now, GT Ginger Jason, I want to give you a big shout out. And you're going to be my driver of the week this week. And we will see why later on as we go down the inside of the Peugeot RCZ as they come in there. Now, because I was sort of there, that contact was sort of then inevitable coming towards the apex. So, I mean, they still got the position, so it's not too bad. But you got to be careful about doing that when someone is so close to your rear quarter. Because, you know, you've got to leave some form of space there. Through the left we go, and then in towards the right. This GTR so heavy, it doesn't really bounce that much. The Peugeot RCZ into the barrier. We won't count that as a victim, or maybe just an injury rather than a death. So through here we go. GT Ginger Jason. My word, that is a mouthful. I'll just call you Jason for now. Just slow through there, and we're on the outside of Jason here. Now, this is why you are my driver of the week this week. I was scared to be on the outside here, but you nailed that perfectly. That is how you drive that side by side. That was beautiful racing. And look at this. You kept the position as well. Good racing. They've left the space here as we continue on over the crest of the hill. Down towards this left-hander then. In we go. Side by side here. And look at this. Beautiful racing here with GT Ginger Jason. Absolutely fantastic stuff. You are my driver of the week this week. This was superb. There's a few contenders as well for it, but you've nailed it. With that side by side through that kink. Oh my word, that was awesome. You go to the left hand side, then I go down the right here, and I'm thinking, right, I'm going to brake as late as I possibly can here. We get the job done, and the Audi TT falls in behind there. You're also on a pad as well, it looks like, with the flashing, unless you're just flashing me. No, I think you're just flashing me. Maybe to say thank you, I'm not too sure, but that was brilliant racing, mate. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Huge, huge, huge shout out to you. It was superb. Now, I had no victims that I saw on that previous lap. You have a victim at this time. Through here we go. Oh, nearly. Nearly. We caught it though. Inferno Fox just gets a bit of a slow run as well in that Sylvia again. As we then head down towards the right-hander here on the inside. And we have Dav, a usual contender for driver of the week. Dav, a superb driver. You see Dav, you know you can have a good race as we leave that corner then. So, Inferno Fox with the run here. What's Inferno Fox going to decide to do? Going to go for the move or going to sit behind and help Nissan teammates here? And they're going to sit behind. A little bit of a bump draft. Thank you very much. Let's continue on. Can we get the cursed position as we head towards turn one? It's lap guide time as well. So, on the left-hand side, you have the orange barrier. at the start of that is where I would brake if I was you in the GTR. It's a heavy old car, this. So yeah, use that as your marker. You can brake at the end of it if you're on obviously you can brake later. That's your reference point. In towards the left. You want to like sort of cut the left a little bit, not too much, and it gives you a good run for the right. If you go too deep on the left, it's so slow for the right, and you really lose a lot of time there, as I really couldn't say cut there for some reason. So we just stay behind Dav for now because it is dangerous to go side by side here. A little lift through the kink and then in towards this braking zone. As you know, it's the start or end of the grass, whichever one you want to use, and however good your car is at braking. Generally, I'm normally at the start of it because I want a nice quick run through here. It's better to just accelerate through the corner than to go deep and slow out the corner because you're uphill here as well, and there's a bit more accelerating involved. So we're going to head down towards the S's then. I'll start to look on the inside of Dav, so an unusual spot to be in. However, the orange painted barrier on the left-hand side, that is your brake mark here. Normally you just dab the brakes, turn in. Sometimes you can just roll the car through, depending on your car choice. However, I have to brake here, of course, being on the inside. So let's get a Dav into a mistake here. Doesn't fall for it too much there, left me enough space. So you want to clip the right curb there, just on the inside, not too much. Clip it again, and it'll just drag you around a little bit to stop some of that understeer that is prone in Gran Turismo 7. Oh, Dav goes defensive here. I did think about going down the right here. Go towards the left-hand side. The braking zone here, just after the curb starts there. You can also use the 150-meter board if you want to use that. But after that leaves your screen, the start of it, that is when you brake. Excuse me, brake. As you can see, I can brake quite late in the GTR. So I'm going to try around the outside here of Dav, who just gets out of there just a bit quicker than me, so able to take that line. Now, chicane of death. It's a very hard corner to do. Now, cut the first bit. You might want to lift here and just slowly go through the corner. You can do it just flat. I had to brake there because Dav broke a little bit, so we get a little bit bouncy, but you can do it flat. I did it flat in time trial. In fact, I was about to get the world record in time trial for doing it flat. You just have to be so careful. It's 5th gear in being flat, by the way, not 4th. In towards the last corner then, and the start of the curb again is your brake marker, or the 100-meter board, whichever one you want to use. I wait till it just before it hits the edge of your screen there and brake. Now, you've got a very late apex here. Now, Dav is on my inside, so obviously I've got to give Dav the room there. And we've got Inferno Fox going for the run at the end as well. So we're going to have a drag race towards the finish then, and that is a lap guide of Dragontrail Seaside. So I go to the left, Dav stays in the middle, Inferno Fox to the right, but Dav is going to keep that position. However, again, a big shout out there to GT Ginger Jason. You're my driver of the week this week. Let's head to Deep Forest Raceway. So we've gone all classic then for Race C, Deep Forest Raceway, and as you can see, we're in Group 2 machinery, which does mean there is always only one meta in Group 2, maybe the odd time 2, but it's really one this week. Let's have a look at those race details first of all. We're racing 14 laps here at Deep Forest Raceway. It's a rolling start, so it's not too bad unless you're at the back, starting down the hill. Racing soft tyres required, hard not. Type 1 fuel, time 7 tyre wear, and as you know, BOP is on, and it's fixed setup. So the CLK, the car to go for, it's ridiculously quick here. It's the straight line speed, which is what wins it in terms of the Group 2 stuff. Let's jump straight into the race then. Let's have a look exactly what happens, as well as the strategy involved. And there is a lot of racing in this one. Here we are then at the start. Some big names in here. We've got Key and Areas as well. So if you check out YouTube, they're both doing it full-time, Gran Turismo. So you can check both of them out. They normally stream on the Monday, all these new daily races. However, we do the weekly guide on a Monday. So make sure you check out this first, of course. But check those channels out as well. Right, we're going to warm up our tyres here as we head towards turn 1 because, you know, it's tyre wear, tyre temps. They exist in this game even more so than in GT Sport. So we're going to leave this corner then. And up ahead, we've got a crash there. That's an NSX into barrier R. We've got some smoke here. Oh, that's Godzilla gone off. And we've got Inferno Fox to the left-hand side as well. So 3 positions, not too bad, but there was an incident there. Not sure exactly what happened. We'll see if we can get that in the bloopers at the end as well. So through the left-hander we go. And you can see the GTR here. This is the lap later, of course. We do the tunnel trick, so look behind you, then look forward. That way you can see where you're going. And that is the speed difference there. That is why this car is the champ at this circuit. The speed difference is just too big as we head towards the braking zone. Oh, the GTR looking down the inside. Then I saw them come in, leave just enough space there. Consta in all sorts of action here as well as we leave that corner then. And we've got a yellow flag. Who's off there? Oh, we've got somebody else off. That was in another NSX. Don't use the NSX, people. Please don't. As we continue on through the left-hander then and up over the crest of the hill. We've got Constant Infinity, Shadow, all in a straight line. Not in a straight line, a straight line across the track, should I say, 3 wide in towards turn 1. Very hard to get right. We get on the inside of Shadow. I don't think Shadow realized I was there. However, we leave that corner and we're going to be side by side. No harm, no foul. We continue on racing in towards here. Then I just have to back out it there. Shadow claiming that position of P9 as we just use a bit of the left-hand curbs there. This car can handle those for some reason. Other cars obviously can't. They start bouncing all over the place and shooting you to the realms of the sky rather than Nadia. So through the left-hander and then over the crest of the hill. This one's a very hard corner to actually get right there. As we'll see some smoke at the same time. Talk about convenient there. In towards the left. Clip the curb. Accelerate through the corner. And continue on. So we're just losing that pack up ahead. P10 at the moment. Lots of the race to go. What can we do here? So slipstream is going to play a factor in this race. However, so is dirty air. It is huge. And we'll talk about that shortly as we head towards the braking zone then down the inside. Now, I was in 2 minds to overtake because obviously you really want to overtake as you leave this corner. And we gave some good room there to Shadow. But if you wait till this, you'll go clean by and be ahead by turn 1. However, I went for it there, and I suppose it was just to see a little bit. Now, they get it wrong there. They were going to go to my inside, but I sort of stayed there. They then sort of bump draft me, so here we have the advantage. They go towards the right-hand side. I'm going to take a racing line, but stay in the center of the track, just so that they've got room on the right as we hit the braking zone there and just get a little bit deep. But you normally do this corner in a V shape anyway, as we leave there then. So into P9. A couple of people going into the pits. Oh, here he is, off. But here he isn't, should I say. It's Rory, if you don't know who Rory is. Same person, Rory Alexander. You can check them out on YouTube. 3-second penalty there for the Italian. Another person coming in the pits. I would wait till lap 7 personally. Lap 6, a bit too early. It depends. If you're in the lead, it might be fine. I'd say dirty air is a big factor here. Now, Pax Bunny, we have a massive run on the Italian. Down the inside we go. You see the leader, or the provisional leader. Net leader, should we say. Pattern 1 just comes out ahead. But we get up into P7 then. And continue on through in towards the left and the right. So we've got a race with Rory on our hands then. Had a race with Rory in a very long time. In towards that. Oh, got a yellow flag there. Who's that? So up into P6 then. Of course, we're in the cursed position. So when you come in the pits, make sure you are in the pit lane before the white line. And you can cross the dotted bit, not the solid bit, as we leave the pits. I chose soft tyres, by the way, if you're wondering. And pit stop is around 12 seconds if you're interested in terms of the times and strategy and where you're going to come out, etc, etc, etc. So come out at P8. I wasn't sure if Inferno Fox has pitted or done some insane strategy because we overtook Inferno Fox, obviously, on lap 1. So I was a bit unsure. Now, my maturity was confirmed here with lots of oversteer. My word, Inferno Fox was oversteering. So at that point, I was like, can I get on the inside quickly and just bolt out? That would be lovely. And indeed, I do that. Shout out to you again, Inferno Fox, in all 3 races. Right, we're going to go to a lap guide now, and we struggled to really catch up to Rory just with dirty air. Once we got within 8 attempts, I just understeered like crazy. Head towards turn 1. Later in the race, you're going to be breaking a 100-meter board. You want to try and get as close to those tyres as possible, the tyre barrier there, especially in time trial. With the weight of the car as well in the race, especially lap 1 and lap 2, brake early because you really do go deep very quickly, and that's how some accidents will happen here. So through the left we go, you lift for this right, and then accelerate as you hit the apex. And then as you get to this point, you're braking before the concrete on the left-hand side. You want to brake, and you want to use a bit of that concrete as well. It's very nice. It opens up the right-hander into the tunnel a little bit. So brake before there. You notice I'm using a lot here, and more to the left, and it gives me a nice run for the right-hander, and I do catch up to Rory a little bit there. So in towards this long right-hander, you're braking before the curbing ends here, and you want to keep it tight. This is one of those corners where you want to point and squirt. The more you understeer out and go deep, the more your corner will be impacted. You see here, the minute you see the tunnel, you can accelerate and then turn left before you think so because it does understeer still. Over the crest of the hill. Now, as the curb intersects into the track a lot, it impedes the track, should I say, here, where I've highlighted. That is where you're going to brake. Straight line braking then in towards the left. It allows you to maintain enough speed through the corner. Get over to the right-hand side. And as the tarmac changes from dark to light there, you're going to brake just after you enter that section. Because you need to brake really early here. Braking too late is going to impact your entire straight. If you brake early, you can get a good run out the corner, straight line it very quickly, use a lot of the runoff there, and continue on. So notice we gained quite a bit there on Rory, but he's suffering from that dirty air now, what we suffered for a number of laps previous. We are catching up to this French driver. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to be looking on the right-hand side for your brake marker as Rory goes towards the left. And you can either use the 150-meter board just after it, or I was using sort of the edge of that gantry where all those flag and banners are. I was using that as my reference point. So you pick and choose there as you wish. Now, you want to do this corner in second gear or leave it in second gear, okay? If you leave in first, you get all sorts of wheel spin. Second gear is perfect. You enter the power band just when you need to. It's the second gear out of that corner. Honestly, believe me, it is better for you. So we're looking for slipstream here. We are looking to try and get both positions here then. It's in P7 at the moment. What can we do here? So we're looking down the middle and 3 wide, heading towards turn 1, the Moses maneuver. Can we do it? Rory brakes very early there, which is good for him. There's a slight tap there with the Mercedes behind. I think they went to turn in just as I was still there, potentially. I don't know whether to have another look at that or not. At first, I thought that was my bad, but I don't think it was, actually. I think I was far enough ahead there to claim that corner. In towards the braking zone we go, and Rory up ahead. So what can we do with this dirty air, then? Can we catch up to Rory? You notice the dirty air is struggling. The front end's just like, I don't want to grip anymore. I don't. But we try and try and try. So we're 4 tenths behind. In towards the left we go. Continue on out. Notice how it just wants to understeer now into this corner then. Second gear, accelerate through very quickly. What can we do? Oh no, we got the oh, so did Rory. So that equals out a little bit here. Oh, if only we didn't have that oversteer then. We're going to head towards the hairpin in the slipstream. We've got the run out the corner. I did notice I was about 2 tenths quicker potentially in this hairpin maybe, but I think that's because I was using second gear. But let's see what happens then. Oh, we brake a little bit late here. Just had that slipstream throughout. Advantage. Get into second gear. Second gear, you pleb. Oh, the Mercedes behind is gone. And it looks like Rory's going to get that position. Does it well better than me this time. There does Rory. 4 tenths is a bit too much to ask for. Up to the start-finish line. Maybe towards turn 1. It's possible. Not here, though. Look at the speed difference. And Rory gets that. Well played, Rory. We finish in the cursed position. Of course we do. Where else would we finish? As I say, do check out Rory and Key on YouTube. But that is going to be it for me this week, folks. Well, actually, no. We're going to go to some bloopers first. I did say bloopers. Let's go to bloopers before we end this video. Right, let's have a look here then. What happened to that? Oh, hello. Where they go? Oh, man, look how fast they're going. Right, okay. We know what that is. They disconnected. So that's why it wasn't in race A then. Where is it? Oh, they've stopped. Okay, there we go. So that's the reason why they disappeared then and why we're up into P4. They took the corner at speed of sound and then got disconnected because they were so OP. Right, we've got Pona here. What happened at the chicane of death then? Through we go. Through here we go. Oh. Oh, they hit the handbrake or something. That was a bit weird. Right, who's next? Oh, we're looking at all the victims then. So we've got Max 72 through the left-hander. And in we go. Oh, who's that? Oh, my word. Oh, nasty. That's nasty. Very nasty, that. My word. 2 wide into the chicane of death. Does not go. Oh, no, it's Ginger Jason. No, the last lap. What happened to you? Oh, you've clipped the barrier. Oh, you've understeered. Oh, into barrier you go. Oh, sorry to see that, Ginger Jason. You're still my driver of the week, though. That doesn't change. Right, let's have a look at this incident on lap 1, then. Into turn 1 we go. So Godzilla gets it on the inside of Sean then, and then accelerates, and oh, a bit of net code in there as well, it looks like, because they just veered right and then left again. Oh, into the, oh, poor Inferno Fox involved in that. That's that incident, and there we go. That is it then for this week, folks. I do hope you've enjoyed this video as always. My logo's there if you want to subscribe. There are 2 videos there if you want to check them out, and please do give it a like on the way out. It's free of charge, costs you nothing, and helps the channel out massively. And the bigger the channel gets, the bigger the videos get. How good's that? Once again, a big thank you. I'm going to say goodbye now. Enjoy your week of racing, and I'll see you in another video or live stream very soon.